Hello my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q. Once again, I am in my kitchen. Today, I thought I'd show you a few little kitchen hacks. They're real plain and simple, real quickies, but I thought it might be interesting for me to every once in a while just show you some little things that I do in my kitchen just to make cooking a little easier. Let's start with the first one. There may be quite a few of you who use kitchen sponges and to wash dishes and use a little heavy-duty ones to scrub things off of some of your dishes to make cleaning easier. Well, you know, one of the things that I learned a couple of years ago, and I'm not going to take credit for this because I learned this from my sister-in-law. We were there visiting and she had her little kitchen sponges, and what she did was she cut them in half. What's the purpose of cutting them in half? You take one of them and you use that for your cleaning and stuff. Usually you don't need a big surface area to scrape or to wipe. So this was adequate enough for most people just to do their regular routine cleaning. Then you take the other half and you just put it back in the plastic container. And they're a little moist when you get them, so you just take that and you just put it in another plastic bag and put it away until you're ready to exchange out the one you're using for this one. Now many would say, you know, well, what's the purpose of that? Well, you know, some people, they may be trying to save money. And as I mentioned before, the biggest thing for me is that I don't have to use that surface area that I'm not going to use, because usually you take it and you're going to be scrubbing like this. You're not going to take the whole big one and scrub or whatever, so this size is adequate for most cleaning jobs. Kitchen hack number 1. You want to make cleanup a little easier? Sometimes you may take foil to cover your pans so that they're easy to clean, or sometimes you may use some other thing like parchment paper. I'd be lost without parchment paper in my kitchen. It can be pre-cut sheets, and you can order those off of Amazon or at restaurant supply type stores and things like that. Or you can get the parchment paper that comes from your big box store and just cut it into the sizes that you need. So what I usually do is I just measure out what size of my pan, and that's easy to do. Turn it over, take your parchment paper and sort of like put a crease in it all around for what size. And then you can take that crease, fold it over, and I've previously done this one to fit this pan. Fold it over and it fits in the bottom, and there you have it. So when you're cooking something, anywhere from meats or whatever, they'll cook on the parchment paper, and you may get a little bit of flow into the pan, but the cleanup is so much easier because of the parchment paper. Kitchen hack number 2. You have a round pan. It could be a fajita pan, a cake pan, any type of round pan, and you want to get a piece of parchment paper to fit in there. Now you can always do that and cut around a circle, but I've got a little easier way to do it. At least this works for me. I take my parchment paper and I do a number of different folds. In order to get it round, you try to make as many folds as you can. And I can do another one. And maybe another one. So I've got it real thin. Then I take my pan and I estimate where the center is. And I take my scissors and I give it a cut. When you open up the parchment, it's round and it fits inside of your skillet or pan. What I have here is my Keurig coffee pot. And you say, what's so significant about a Keurig coffee pot? Nothing much. This is just a public service announcement because I'm not sure that everybody knows this little hack. And I say that because I witnessed someone who took a regular coffee cup like this and put it over the tray and got their coffee, tea, or whatever. Then they took what was in here and poured it into a taller cup. Now my question to them is, why did you do that? The answer was because this tall one doesn't fit. Simply, take that off, put your tall coffee container here, get your tea, coffee, hot water, whatever. When it's finished brewing, just move it over, put your tray back.